Full disclosure here. I was so excited to watch my MVP candidate last night against the 76ers. I tuned in for Steph Curry. I had my drink. I had my puppy in bed. She was asleep, and I was all alone, and I was settling in to watch Steph Curry light up McLovin's 76ers.
Nice. That's a big night.
Well, it didn't last long because Steph was throwing the ball away, had a couple of turnovers early. They were down like 10-0. And I thought, you know what? Let me check out Entertainment Tonight or Access Hollywood or TMZ. I settle in watching those shows for an hour. I go, all right, I'm going to give Steph Curry one more chance. And I tune in, and all of a sudden, I couldn't turn away. He was lighting up the 76ers. And then you start to look at the numbers that he's put up in the last 9 games. So he had 49 last night against Philadelphia, 47 against Boston, 33 against Cleveland, 42 against Oklahoma City, 53 against Denver, 38 against Houston, 32 against Washington, 41 against Milwaukee, 37 against Atlanta. Those are his last 9 games. He didn't create the three-point shot, but he created the concept of taking a lot of threes, volume. And he won an MVP based off shooting threes, when you think about it. He changed the game. He changed the game more than any other player in history because everybody thinks that they can be like Steph Curry. I can't be like Shaq. I can't be like Michael Jordan. I can be like Steph Curry. Hey, you don't have to be fast, quick, powerful, jump out of the gym. You just have to be able to shoot with a high degree of difficulty from very, very deep. And it's not that easy. We all know that. But what he does, how he's done it, he gives us a subtle reminder occasionally because we love to move on. It's like, okay, we've seen Steph Curry. Who's next? And then you'll see Luka, or it's Joel Embiid, or the Greek Freak, Damian Lillard. Like, we move on. All right, we've seen this. And then Steph brings us back in. He reminds us, at age 33, he is still one of the most exciting, dynamic, interesting players of all time. And he was injured last year. They don't have Klay Thompson. Draymond Green is a good player, not a great player. James Wiseman is now out for the rest of the season, their first-round pick. Durant's gone. It's Steph Curry. Now, he's not going to win the MVP. But you're going to see and hear a lot of people tell you today, maybe he can get back into the MVP conversation. You know where I stand on the MVP. You want to give it to the Joker or Joel Embiid? Great. Joker had a great night last night. They won in double overtime over Memphis. But Steph Curry is having a wonderful season. Most games with at least 10 three-pointers all time. Steph Curry has done it 21 times, 4 times this month, 4 in the last 8 days. Klay Thompson is next on the list with 5. James Harden, 3. Damian Lillard, 3. J.R. Smith, 3. Zach LaVine, 2. 28 players are tied with 1.
Stat of the day, stat of the day, stat of the day, stat of the day. Here comes that
what?
Stat of the day.
Warriors beat the 76ers. Steph drops 49. But you start to look at what he has done to the league and how others have followed suit. Because if you watch a high school game, AAU, junior high game, kids think that that's a good shot, and it's not. But they think it is because Steph Curry does it. Well, there's only a couple of people in the history of the sport who can shoot anywhere near what Steph Curry does. And he's not stopping because he can't. He has to continue to do this. You know, they're trying to get in for the play-in game, fighting for their playoff lives here, and doing it in the Western Conference right now. Now, McLovin did say in a cynical voice this morning, well, who's he doing it against?
No, he's on this Eastern tour where nobody knows how to cover him, and he's dominating everybody.
Wait, after all these years, they don't know how to cover him.
These like Atlanta, Milwaukee, Philadelphia, Boston. No, they don't know the Steph Curry rules. I know Denver was in that mix.
Wait, what are the rules?
Well, you have to just really push at that pick and roll up that's 40 feet away, and you got to cover him from 50 feet.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on.
Yeah.
If you, McLovin, on the Dan Patrick Show, know how to cover Steph Curry, don't you think other teams on the East Coast would have an idea how to cover him?
They don't. You think in season Atlanta's scouting Steph Curry? No, they have no idea. They should hire me because I could tell them how to stop Steph Curry. And by the way, there was another thing going on last night.
God.
He had his little brother on the court. He was so confident when Seth would match up with him. That was a big brother beating up a little brother.
Well, Seth got the better of him early, and then all of a sudden, Steph took over. But his brother was guarding him, and he was not kind. He was picking on his brother last night. Yeah, McLovin.
Well, you're in a good mood this morning. I'm going to ruin it by saying, is it Steph Curry or was it the analytics of the Warriors that changed the game? Because they came in when Mark Jackson got fired and said, hey, the three is more valuable than the two. We want you to shoot 20 of these a game. I feel like some of that happened.
You still have to have somebody to do it.
Now everybody's got, I watch an NBA game, there's 6 guys who can shoot from 10 feet behind the arc. Not like him, but close.
You still have to have the people to be able to do it. Now, you can talk about analytics. Mark Jackson was there before Steve Kerr, but Steve Kerr was a three-point shooter when he played, and you got Klay Thompson. They understood, hey, spacing and ball movement. And that's what they do better than anybody. That team, those teams that won championships, the ability to move the ball was unprecedented. And they did it on the perimeter, and they did it in an unselfish manner. Now you don't have Klay Thompson, no James Wiseman. You got Wiggins, who's been pretty good the last week or so, but there's no real consistency where Steve Kerr goes, hey, I know I can count on that guy. It's basically Steph Curry. And Steve Kerr has run out of ways to describe Steph Curry's performances.
I don't know what else to say. You guys ask me after every game what I think of Steph and his performance, and it's whatever I said last game, just use that tonight. Because it's the same thing after every game. It's just utter amazement at this guy's skill level, heart, mind, focus. It's just amazing to watch.
Yeah, it is. And Steve Kerr played with Michael Jordan. So he's seen this. But this is a phenomenon. And I know that it's there on a nightly basis, not to the degree that we're seeing right now, but Golden State used to be prominently displayed. Primetime games, not anymore. But if you see it, you happen upon it, you're usually transfixed by what he does. Back when they were competing for championships, then we saw this all the time. Now you kind of have to find Steph Curry. Yes, McLovin.
You said before the season that if Klay was playing, that you weren't going to say the Warriors were a favorite, but they could be in the title mix. Do you think this team could have been top 4 or top 3 in the West?
I don't think they would be battling for a play-in spot. Maybe they're a 4th or 5th spot, but I thought that you get them in a series, they can beat anybody. And even now with Steph Curry, if Steph in a 7-game series has 4 of these kind of games, you might steal a first-round matchup here. But without Klay Thompson in there, then no, I don't think they would challenge for a championship. But I truly thought, I didn't like James Wiseman. I wanted them to take LaMelo Ball because I just thought, boy, that gives you another weapon on the perimeter, and he's so good at passing, and he can get to the hoop. I just thought that would make it really, really interesting for defenses. And I thought they could challenge for a championship. Maybe next year. But, Wiseman is still a project there. And Steph is 33. Klay Thompson hasn't played in a long time. And Draymond Green, Draymond's not getting better. I mean, he's sort of leveled off, and he knows who he is, how he plays, what he needs to do for this team. But they might make one more run, and that would be it.